You have the exact same 24 hours as Elon Musk. The exact same 24 hours as the person who wrote your favorite book. The exact same 24 hours as the most productive person you know. So why does it feel like they have more time than you? Here's the truth. Nobody tells you. It's not about having more time. It's about making 5 sneaky mistakes without even realizing it. And today, we're breaking down every single one of them. Plus, the dead simple fixes that actually work. Stick around, because mistake number 3 is the one almost everyone makes. Even people who think they're organized. Let's get into it. Time management sounds boring, like something your uncle lectures you about at dinner. But here's the thing. Time is the one resource you can never get back. Not with money, not with willpower, not with a fancy planner. So let's fix the mistakes that are quietly draining your day. One by one. Mistake number 1, treating every task like it's equally important. Sound familiar? You wake up, you open your to-do list, and it's just a wall of tasks. No order, no priority, just chaos wearing a checklist costume. So what happens? You end up spending 40 minutes answering emails, while the one task that actually mattered sits there untouched. This is called the equal weight trap. Your brain treats a 5-minute task and a 5-hour task like they're the same size, which means you naturally gravitate toward the easy, quick wins, because checking off boxes feels good, even if those boxes don't actually move your life forward. Here's a wild fact. Studies on productivity have found that most people spend the majority of their productive hours on low-value tasks. Not because they're lazy, because nothing told their brain which tasks actually mattered. So how do we fix this? Simple, use the Eisenhower matrix. Draw a box, split it into 4 squares. Top left, urgent and important. Top right, important, but not urgent. Bottom left, urgent, but not important. Bottom right, neither urgent nor important. Every task you have goes into one of these 4 boxes, and suddenly, the chaos has structure. You do urgent, important tasks first. You schedule the important but not urgent ones. You delegate the urgent but not important ones, and you delete the rest. That's it. That's the whole fix. 1 grid, 4 boxes. A completely different day. But here's the catch. Even with perfect priorities, there's a mistake that can still wreck your entire schedule, and it's hiding in plain sight. Let's talk about mistake number 2. Mistake number 2, thinking multitasking makes you faster. I know it feels efficient, answering a text while writing a report while half watching a video. But here's what's actually happening inside your brain. Your brain doesn't actually do 2 things at once. It switches between them fast, like a spotlight jumping around a dark room. And every single switch costs you time. Researchers call this task switching cost. Every time you jump from one task to another, your brain needs a moment to refocus. Those moments add up fast. Picture this. You're writing an important email, and a notification pops up. You check it, just for a second, right? 10 minutes later, you're watching a video of a raccoon washing cotton candy, and your email, still unfinished, momentum, gone. Now here's the twist. The raccoon isn't the real problem. The real problem is that your brain now has to reload the entire email task from scratch, like restarting a video game level you were almost finished with. So what's the fix? Single tasking on purpose with a twist. It's called time blocking. Instead of keeping every task open all day, you give each task its own private window of time. During that window, that task gets your full attention. Try this for just one day. Pick your 3 biggest tasks. Give each one its own uninterrupted block. You'll be shocked how much faster things actually get done. But even with perfect blocks of time, there's a silent killer that sneaks into almost every single block. And it's sneakier than you think. Mistake number 3, assuming you'll just stay focused. This is the one almost everyone makes. Even people who think they're organized. Here's the problem. You don't plan for distractions. You just hope they won't happen. And hope is not a strategy. So you sit down to work. And within 4 minutes, your phone buzzes. You check it just for a second. 45 minutes vanish. And the worst part? You don't even remember what you were scrolling through. There's a surprising fact. Some intelligent research suggested to take a grade over 20 minutes to fully return to deep focus after a distraction.
Not 20 seconds, 20 minutes. So one tiny notification doesn't just cost you a few seconds. It can cost you almost half an hour of quality focus. Now imagine that happening 5, 6, 10 times a day. That's not a distraction problem. That's a leaking bucket. So how do you patch the leaks? You design your environment before you even start working. Put your phone in another room. Not just face down another room. Close every tab you don't need. Tell the people around you, I'm heads down for the next 45 minutes. This is called removing friction for good habits and adding friction for bad ones. Make focus the easy choice. Make distraction the annoying choice. Your future self will thank you. But even with a distraction-proof setup, there's a mistake that quietly convinces you you're being productive when you're actually not. This one's sneaky, let's expose it. Mistake number 4, confusing being busy with being productive. These 2 words feel like twins, but they're not even cousins. Busy means your day is full. Productive means your day moved you forward. You can be busy your entire life and end up nowhere. Ever organized your desk instead of doing the scary task you were avoiding? Ever answered 50 small emails while ignoring the one big decision you needed to make? That's not productivity. That's productive. Feeling procrastination. It feels good in the moment because your brain gets little dopamine hits from checking small boxes. But at the end of the day, the thing that actually mattered, still sitting there untouched, judging you. So here's a question worth asking yourself every single morning. If I only get one thing done today, what should it be? This is sometimes called finding your one thing, not your 10 things, not your endless list. Just the one task that actually changes your day if it gets done. Every morning before you touch email, before you touch your phone, write down your one most important task. Then do that task first before anything else can hijack your energy. Because willpower is highest in the morning, and it drains as the day goes on. So protect your best hours for your most important work. Not your inbox, not your phone, your actual goals. Now, you might be thinking, okay, I'll just work longer hours to fix all of this. Please don't. Because that leads straight into the final, most exhausting mistake of all. Mistake number 5, treating rest like it's optional. This is the mistake that undoes everything else on this list. You can have perfect priorities. You can time block like a pro. You can eliminate every distraction. But if you never actually rest,
Your brain starts running on fumes. Here's the myth: I'll rest when I'm done. But the finish line keeps moving, it always does. There's always one more email, one more task, one more thing. So I'll rest later quietly turns into I never rest. And here's the ironic twist. Working without real breaks doesn't make you more productive. It makes you slower, foggier, more likely to make mistakes. Your brain isn't a machine that runs at full power forever. It's more like a muscle. It needs recovery to grow stronger. Ever notice how your best ideas show up in the shower, or on a walk, or right before falling asleep? That's not a coincidence. Your brain solves problems in the background when you finally stop forcing it. So here's the fix. Schedule rest like it's a meeting you can't cancel. Not whenever I get a spare minute. An actual block-protected non-negotiable. Try short breaks between focused work sessions. A popular method is working in focused chunks, then taking a real break every single time. Even 5 minutes of standing up, stretching, and looking away from a screen resets your focus. And at the end of each day, actual stop, close the laptop, put down the list, let your brain breathe. Because rested people don't just feel better. They think faster, decide better, and get more done in less time. Rest isn't the opposite of productivity, it's the fuel behind it. Let's quickly recap all 5 mistakes and their fixes. Mistake 1. Treating every task as equally important. Fix: sort tasks using the Eisenhower matrix. Mistake 2. Multitasking. Fix: time block your day so each task gets its own focused window. Mistake 3. Not planning for distractions. Fix: design your environment so focus is easy and distraction is hard. Mistake 4. Confusing busy with productive. Fix: identify your one most important task and do it first. Mistake 5. Skipping rest. Fix: schedule breaks like they're unmissable meetings. 5 small shifts, one massively different life. Remember that stick figure from the start of this video? Drowning in tasks, sprinting nowhere, feeling behind on everything? That could be you starting tomorrow morning. Not because you found more hours in the day.
Because you stopped wasting the ones you already have. Time management was never really about time. It's about attention, energy, and choosing on purpose. So here's your challenge. Pick just one fix from this video. Just one, not all 5. Try it tomorrow morning, see what changes. Tell me in the comments which mistake you're most guilty of. I read every single one. And if this video helped you, hit like, subscribe, and ring that bell. So next time you're wasting time scrolling, you might scroll straight into another video that actually helps you. Thanks for watching now. Go take back your time.